Yeah, I suck.
If the NFL ever brings the international game to France, I'm going to need both of these guys to be there. Patriots fans have reached the burn our jerseys stage of life after a Hall of Famer. I believe this is called acceptance. Except this is football and not grief, so you're accepting that you're going to suck for a long, long time.
You got brown on brown crime right up top. You got brown on brown crime.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's Mark Sanchez basically doing the mouth version of the butt fumble during the broadcast. It's time for the Block 10. My kid's daycare teacher told me none of the kids will nap unless they get to watch their Block 10 plays. My grandma's nursing home said nobody will go to bed because they're all watching the Block 10. Number 10, Robert Kraft. Watching the Patriots play post-Brady. This is the face you make when you're not sure you'll live to see the Patriots fix this mess. Number 9, oh my God, the NFL, it did it. It allowed a hard hit. Oh God, no, now that I've seen a hard hit again, I don't want to see another. This is scary. Oh no, God, they allowed another one on Derek Carr. Did Michael Thomas just throw a brick at him? Number 8, Mike Evans dropping another easy touchdown. Sometimes you catch a TD and sometimes you go block. And now, I will never, ever let Mike Evans hold my baby. Another dream of mine dead. No, I don't care if Mike made up for it a series later with a touchdown. You don't ever get to hold my baby, Mike. Never. Number 7, this spinning catch by Trey Palmer. Or as I will now call him, 3 hands. Number 6, Chris Olave mossed Randy Moss's former team. Unfortunately, he and Michael Thomas keep getting mossed by traffic violations. Number 5, Vita Vea with the gentlest sack. Somewhere Roger Goodell is writing a new rule about how this could have even been more gentler. Number 4, the Greg Dortch punt return. Sure, the 49-yard return is cool, but Greg takes a ruthless hit.
Play it, Dortch, nifty. Play it, Dortch, nifty return.
And stays on his feet, just keeps going. He's actually like Greg from Succession that way.
Oh, Greg, fuck your grandpa.
You can't make a tomlet without breaking some Gregs.
Number 3, bad block, good block, and they came on the same play. Losing block, Josiah DeGuara, which set up a winning field goal block by Steelers' ageless wonder, Patrick Peterson. Number 2, you've heard of the hand of God, you've heard of Lamb of God, well this is hand of Lamb. I mean, CeeDee's hand just popping into frame here to catch the ball. Great job by Fox and the broadcast crew because this screenshot goes hard. Lamb, by the way, became the first receiver in NFL history to have 3 straight games with 10-plus catches and 150-plus receiving yards. So I'd say he's the first CD to never skip a beat. And number 1, what does it look like when a player is penalized? Flag to the dick, flag to the dick, flag to the dick. I proclaim this the blop 1 of all blop 1s for all time. I've never seen a ref throw a flag right to the beans. And Blop 0, the Patriots-Colts rivalry without Brady and Manning. The Colts beat the Pats 10-6 in Germany, a place American Patriots usually go to kick ass. USA! USA! The Colts defense carried this team for the 2nd straight week, not to be confused with the 2nd Gay week, when Colts kicker Matt Gay kicked 5 field goals to carry Indy over Baltimore. Now, Indy sacked Mac Jones 5 times in the first half, most sacks the Pats have allowed this season. This game features my new losing throws. With 4:16 left, game on the line, Mac Jones does this, oh God, which got him benched. Yes, with 4 minutes left in a 1-score game. Winning throw, Gardner Minshew on 3rd and 6, backed up in his own end zone. Gardner missed on a few of these masculinity throughout the day, but when it mattered most, he channeled his inner mullet and sent Belichick on his longest walk of shame yet. Masculinity. With Jones on the bench, Bailey Zappi was tasked with leading a desperation drive. He came in and fake spiked the ball, and then tossed an even worse pick than Mac Jones. Dan Marino, Zappi is not. And I honestly think Zappi did this on purpose, just so his stepdad would stop screaming at Mac. Dad, the doctor said he's dyslexic. Yelling won't help him read good. And why are both of my dads named Bill? And why are they both assholes? Hey, we just passed Pardon My Take in subscribers. That is crazy. Join the movement, subscribe. Today's episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy, and this week they are matching your first deposit up to $100, which is an exclusive offer for new customers. All you gotta do is sign up at Underdog with my link below or code THATSGOOD. Make your first deposit. If you wanna play against me, this week I created a $25 12-person private draft. That link is below, so come kick my butt. There are a ton of fun weekly fantasy games that you can play. The Double Doink featuring 10K in total prizes, or the way too early wildcard best ball drafts. That's right, think you know who will be in the postseason? Go draft now. The Pick'em games are also live in all of these yellow states, and with 5-player Pick'em entries, you can 20x your money. Again, link below, code THATSGOOD, sign up at Underdog now. Winners, kickers, and last-second field goals. Here are all 5 game-winning kicks at the exact same time. Riley Patterson, Matt Prater, Matt Amendola, Dustin Hopkins, and Jason Myers. Nothing but ice in their veins, including the veins in their dicks. And that's where you have to have the most ice. Not too much to cause shrinkage. It's a tightrope, okay? Only time we've ever had 5 kickers hit buzzer beaters on a single Sunday. Losing QB? Well, with my apologies to McCorkle Jones, the esteemed honor of losing quarterback goes to the beautiful, long-haired, strong-jawed Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence is 0-1 and has not thrown a touchdown since the Manning cast showed this abomination of a face swap. Oh God, no. Imagine though, if he and Peyton did make a QB child. Trevor Lawrence had a rough day at the office, throwing 2 picks, getting sacked 5 times, and losing a fumble. I think the only way to break this curse is to actually go to the barber and get a cut that matches Peyton's hairline. He must fully embrace it to survive it. Lawrence does only have 9 touchdowns on the season, so are we worried, Jags fans? My winning effort? After completing a short pass to Christian Kirk, Trevor Lawrence watched as Kirk got Tyreek Hill, and Ambry Thomas scoops and scores here. Trevor Lawrence chased him all the way down and tackled him a good 4 yards into the end zone. However, this TD got even more spectacular when it was negated by a penalty. Losing idiots? 49ers players and coaches coming onto the field to nullify that beautiful touchdown. I have never loved and hated so much within a single play. Winning defense, yeah, I'm giving it to the Niners, who looked very pedestrian over the last month. But after a bye, they finally broke the Randy Gregory curse against the Jags, who put up just 3 points as their 5-game win streak got tranquilized by some fed-up prospectors. The newest 49er made his presence felt. Chase Young met college teammate Nick Bosa in the backfield for a Trevor Lawrence strip sack. Surely, they had to pay a king's ransom to trade for that guy.
And don't call me Shirley.
Winning coach, Kyle Shanahan, trying to keep Christian McCaffrey's touchdown streak alive. McCaffrey said after the game that,
"Yeah, I suck. Everyone else on the team scored, except for me. Yeah, I suck. Yeah, I suck. Yeah, I suck. Yeah, I suck. Yeah, I suck."
Winning game, Texans versus Bengals. Joe Burrow versus the guy with ice in his veins per doctors.
He did like a veggie meter, like where they check how much veggies is in your bloodstream, and they found all ice. Like he really liked that.
Turns out Joe Burrow is cool, but CJ Stroud is ice cold, which is cooler than cool. All right. CJ Stroud's best play in this game didn't even count. Scrambling on 3rd down, he fires a touchdown to Robert Woods in the back of the end zone, all for it to not count as Woods allegedly stepped out of the back of the end zone and was the first man to touch the ball. Illegal touching, or as the NFL calls it, the Watson rule. Now, the Texans never let off the gas and scored on the next series thanks to a Devin Singletary touchdown, who had 150 yards on the day, most he's ever had in a game. Joe Burrow's best throw actually counted, and he made this incredibly difficult throw just look easy. Effortless, finding Jamar Chase on a 64-yard touchdown, but then he and CJ Stroud traded game-losing interceptions. CJ Stroud made exactly 2 mistakes in this game, and I think it's just to prove to us that he is human, because he had a real rookie moment, fumbling the ball on a snap early in the game on a 4th and 1. Had Cincy been victorious, I would have given my clutch play to corner DJ Turner for breaking up this pass on 3rd down to give the Bengals one last shot. Luckily, Stroud watched as Tyler Boyd had arguably the worst drop of his very solid career in the end zone. But even with a couple growing pains, Stroud proved he is clutch, he is nails, he is ice, as he led the Texans down the field with 1:33 left on the clock, hitting Dalton Schultz and Noah Brown, who had 172 yards in the game, setting up their kicker for the potential game winner. But alas, it was not their regular kicker, nor was it Dare Ogunbowale, their emergency running back kicker from last week. It was Matt Amendola, who came off the couch this week and slipped that ball between the uprights to give Houston their 5th win in 7 games. Stroud tied Cam Newton and Andrew Luck for most 350-yard passing games as a rookie with 3, and the Texans have 8 games left. Stroud, 4-1 against teams with a winning record. What CJ Stroud is doing right now is special, so take a moment and enjoy it before we find some weird and unfair reason to probably hate him. My winning quarterback, Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut, who had to get shown the way to his new locker room before winning his 2nd straight game in a Vikings uni. Dobbs is from Alpharetta, Georgia. Well, guess what? He is an alpha wherever he goes because he can lead men he's known for about 10 days. Dobbs had 268 yards through the air, over 300 total yards with a passing touchdown, and got another on the ground after this insane scramble. This kind of elusiveness is the reason he's second only to Lamar Jackson right now in quarterback rushing yards. If Daniel Jones was Vanilla Vic, Dobbs he's Humane Society Vic. Kirk Cousins Award. Well, this goes to the quarterback that no matter what he does, his team finds a way to lose. This week, the choice was easy, and it's Chargers QB Justin Herbert. This game was built for the Kirko Award. Herbert was excellent against the Lions, save for one bizarre interception, and he threw 4 laser dot needle threading pistols for touchdowns, piled up 323 yards through the air, and led his team to 38 points. It just so happened that the Chargers defense allowed 200 rushing yards, 333 passing yards, and couldn't cover Brock Wright when they needed a stop the most. If you forgot who the fuck Brock Wright is, well, you might play for the Chargers defense. The Chargers defense, yeah, losers this week, no matter how hard they buckled down and clenched their legs, could simply not beat Goff in front of the home crowd. The Chargers offense scored 38. The Chargers defense allows 41. It's an old story. I give Herbert a hard time every now and then, but he was truly excellent on Sunday, and unfortunately that will not show up in the win column. Longest touchdown this week goes to David Montgomery. Burns the Chargers on this 75-yard rip. My honorable mention would have went to Sam Howell, who put up 300 yards and 3 TDs, but lost in Seattle. Instead, this game gets my drunkest 4th quarter. Brian Robinson and Kenneth Walker did their part with a pair of big, long touchdowns before the 4th quarter. But thems are sober TDs. Give me the drunkest 4th. 27 total points in the 4th quarter alone. Geno and Howell came alive. The 12s just came. Lockett, clutch touchdown. Diami Brown, clutch, catch and run, touchdown. DK Metcalf, not 1, but 2 catches, clutch to set up the game winner. Back on Thursday night, the Panthers and Bears played. The Bears won, and I can confirm that game did indeed happen. Winning Short King? That's right, Kyler Murray in his first game back. Kyler caught a bunch of shit from me, along with many other hacks about having his return coincide with the release of Modern Warfare 2. Well, guess what? Murray now has a kill-to-death ratio of 1 on the year after defeating the Falcons. Kyler sniped 249 passing yards and a rushing touchdown. The shining moment of this death match came late in the 4th quarter when he scrambled around like vintage Kyler Murray or current Josh Dobbs, setting up 57-year-old Matt Prater for the game-winning field goal. Did the Cardinals inadvertently play themselves out of the #1 overall pick? Maybe. But maybe they also have the quarterback of the past, present, and future on the roster already. My moral victory is going to Tommy DeVito, who had his family in attendance after they dropped him off for his little league football game. Just kidding, I'm not making fun of a DeVito. As someone who lived with his parents well past the age of 25, I think it's smart to save your money as an undrafted rookie. But Did Mrs. DeVito really have to bring orange slices for the whole team at halftime? DeVito only put up 86 passing yards, but he threw a pair of touchdowns. And most importantly, he hit the higher in my pick'ems. Did I win? No, because Barkley killed me. Winning individual performer, let's go a little bit off the board, and we're gonna give this to Cowboys receiver Brandon Cooks, who had just 165 total receiving yards prior to Week 10. On Sunday, he had 9 grabs for 173 yards and a touchdown in Dallas's blowout win over the Giants just a few days after he was questioned by the media about his lack of targets. It appears that Cooks is finally cooking in Dallas, and he will not be seeking the 19th trade of his career. Dak dropped exactly 404 passing yards on the Giants defense, making the Giants defense this. This is who they are. Dallas's offense outgained the Giants by 526 yards, most since 1962. And keep in mind, the Dolphins had 726 yards of offense in a game this season. I can't remember who they did that against. Anyway, Dak threw 4 TDs, rushed for 1. CeeDee Lamb also rushed for 1. And even Uncle Rico scored a touchdown. 7 total TDs for the Cowboys. They'd be a winning offense this week, but I'm scared Scooter would find out and would annoy the shit out of me. Losers, anyone who is related to or is friends with or is ever associated with Josh McDaniels. The Raiders are 2-0 without Josh McDaniels and well on their way to developing a tobacco-related cancer. Get rid of one cancer and you invite another into your locker room, guys? Weird. Now the Jets-Raiders affair is exactly what affairs are. A bad idea from the start, and nobody really leaves satisfied. But Devontae Adams had an insane catch. Michael Mayer's body is a wonderland, and Josh Jacobs crossed the century mark. 27 carries this game, 26 last week. Nobody is thriving more than Josh without Josh. Except for maybe Robert Spillane. How do you Spillane that? Oh yeah, Josh McDaniels. Zach Wilson almost had a Hail Mary that would have topped all of Aaron Rodgers' Hail Marys. Like, this is nuts, but it didn't. He didn't top it because Tyler Conklin is a better safety than a receiver. Winning choke job? Congratulations, Baltimore, it's you. How the hell did you lose this one? Seriously, because you started the game red hot with a Kyle Hamilton pick 6, then built the lead with another touchdown from Birdman, Michael Keaton Mitchell. You had a 14-point lead in the 4th quarter and one of the greatest rushing offenses known to man. Well, here's how you lost. Deshaun Watson just happened to be perfect in the second half, 14 of 14, 134 passing yards, 16 rushing yards, and 1 TD, plus a 2-point conversion for good measure. Watson was dreadful in the first half, but came up clutch and knocked off a team that people were starting to hype as a Super Bowl contender. Now the Browns are somehow a half game back from the Ravens. That brings me to my losing stat. Or maybe it's my winning stat. Who the hell knows? The point is to never trust numbers. The Browns trailed for 59 minutes and 20 seconds against the Ravens. No NFL team has won while trailing that long in a game since the 20th century. You know you choked hard when you see per ESPN stats and info at the end of the tweet. They had to do some intense research just to confirm how badly you blew it. As bad as this loss was, somehow John Harbaugh still beat his brother Jim this week, didn't he? And my I'm dying inside team of the week? That's right, we got you covered Giants, we got you covered Patriots, and now we got you covered Packers. Those t-shirts are linked below. It looked like the Packers might build some momentum following their win last week against the Rams, but they fell in a rematch of Super Bowl 45 against the Steelers. You know things are bad when the Steelers have 17 points in the first half? No, that's not supposed to happen. That's a second half thing. Green Bay had a chance to win as time expired, but Jordan Love threw a late ball to Christian Watson that DeMonte Kazi jumped in front of, sealing the win for the Steelers, who proceeded to absolutely blast some older gentlemen on the sideline before a skirmish broke out. The Packers have fallen to 3-6 this season and have now lost 5 of their last 6 games after starting 2-1 on the year. Love leads the league in 4th quarter picks, and now Packers fans are Zapruder filming This throw by Kenny Pickett to show the world they're not as bad as everyone thinks. And then on Monday Night Football, all I have to say is sorry, Buffalo. Sorry, you were the biggest losers of the week in terms of sheerly tragic, gut-wrenching, how the hell did we lose that game type scenarios. Well, really, Buffalo, you turned the ball over not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. That's the real reason you lost. Okay, let's not forget that. And you got lucky because James Cook fumbled the ball back to himself. Somehow, fumbling to himself made him faster. That run by James Cook set up a lead-taking touchdown by Josh Allen at the end of this game. Buffalo jumps ahead 22-21 with less than 2 minutes because the Broncos, they had missed 2 extra points. That's why they had 21 there. Now, I was about to start vomiting and evacuating my bowels at the same time as Hello Darkness, my old friend, was creeping back into my football world. But then something magical happened. Well, terrible if you're the Bills. Buffalo gets flagged for pass interference, which set up the game-winning field goal attempt. And Will Lutz misses. He misses. It goes wide right. And oh no, now even when the opposing team misses wide right, it still fucks the Bills because they had 12 men on the field. Denver gets to kick a second time, and they win. They win 24-22. The game was nuts. I'm going to go in depth, a full recap tomorrow. So come back tomorrow for the new worst game ever for the Bills or new best game ever for me. We'll just see how it shakes out. Sorry, Buffalo, but fuck, that was awesome for the Broncos. Oh, thank you for watching the real winners and losers here on That's Good Sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if I haven't made you want to puke. Do you find me repulsive? If the answer's no, subscribe.